right, hi there, everybody. Thanks for taking a minute to see a little bit about Celebrus and understand a little bit about our differentiators at a very high level through a very short demonstration here. Celebrus as a platform is a single tenant private cloud instance that brands own and control. And our mission is to improve the relationships between brands and consumers via better data. The deployment of Celebrus, once that environment's up and running, is very frictionless when it comes to data collection, unlike traditional tagging-based systems that you might be used to or exhausted of spending time implementing. In web and mobile web, it's a single library file that once you deploy it, never changes. That's what I'm going to show you today here on the XYZ Bank website. For mobile apps, that is a library for iOS and Android, as well as an API that's built into that, and some special solutions for certain frameworks as well that allow for streamlined and frictionless data capture across all digital touchpoints where you deploy Celebrus. All of that gets funneled into and processed against a structured data model. And what this means for businesses who choose to work with Celebrus is that you never hear we didn't tag for that again. You're always spending your time using the data instead of trying to capture it. It's in a structure, so all of the things that you see in a standard Forrester or Gartner report about how difficult it is to use digital data will immediately fall away from your concerns because we bring structure to that data, we bring a frictionless approach to data capture, and we provide a solution for digital identity that works in the industry today that isn't restricted like your other marketing technologies, that allows you to build in a compliant manner profiles about individuals over time based upon their journeys, their interactions across channel and device, and our ability to recall that instantly before your homepage even loads. As you'll see here, I've got the browser on the left. I've got a bunch of process Celebrus events on the right. And for today's demo, we're going to keep it very high level. But the first thing I'm going to call out is the opt-in capability. Celebrus has a full compliance module built in. We did this even before GDPR was a thing, and our software today is deployed in 32 different countries. And so we're able to adhere to your users' preferences, or if you're using a solution like OneTrust or something similar, Celebrus can take the outputs from those platforms and adjust how Celebrus behaves. We can do that regionally, we can do that on an individual basis, we can segment that, etc. We also persist identity, and as I mentioned, it all happens before the homepage even loads. So you'll see here is the homepage loading. Everything that Celebrus does is in milliseconds, so we're processing data in milliseconds, but you'll notice that we're starting our identity graph. We're loading information about an individual, whether they're logged in or not on this device, based upon what Celebrus is able to recall in the moment, and all of that is available before the homepage even loads. Anything that I type, for example, typing the word test into a search bar, automatically being captured. Anything that I click, if I go into the mortgage calculator, automatically being captured. Even when I'm interacting with things like sliders, as you'll see here, all of this is updating in real time, in milliseconds, and it's all processed against the data model. Now, what you might be thinking is, well, this is a lot of data. It is, but we try to bring this to life through a variety of artificial intelligence and machine learning models as well, one of which I have running in this demo. But you'll notice that as I went into the mortgage calculator, you'll see that I fired a signal that I'm interested in mortgages. Now, this is contextual relevance. The model that Celebrus is running in the background is looking at everything that I, as a consumer, whether we know who I am or not, am interacting with, the content that I'm reading, the things that I'm typing, and it's generating signals of interest and intent that become part of my profile. So if I open up my profile, there's quite a bit in here. This is just kind of the out-of-the-box profile, but you'll notice those signals populating here as part of that. Anything that Celebrus captures becomes part of the profile. Anything that is part of what we're collecting and contextualizing can be persisted as part of the profile. And all of this data is available to connect to any downstream application of your choosing, whether that's your own systems or third-party systems, to help you build a better environment for creating better relationships with consumers. And just as one final point, I mentioned about structure. You'll see even when we do something like when I clicked the loan amount element on the page, it's not just that we click this element. It is literally everything about this element, everything about the campaigns that I've interacted with, the device that I'm on, etc. And all of those drop downs equate to the data model that we give you out of the box. Unlike traditional MarTech vendors who give you principles and constructs and you have to build your own logic and build your own data model, we give you a data model out of the box that's tabled, structured, and extensible. The way to think about Celebrus is that in real time, we are giving you a data model that you can use on day one that will allow you to focus on getting value from the data instead of having to worry about how you're going to capture it, how you're going to make it accurate, how you're going to sort of build the various relations, and how you're going to get that to any system of your choosing. Celebrus takes care of all of that on day one. Our customers start to see value on day one as our identity platform kicks in the minute you deploy it. And brands have full ownership and control of this platform, which is what you need in today's industry.